Now that the diplomats of India from US, UK as well as the European countries are coming down to Maldives, half of them are already here and the other half is coming down tomorrow. But we have with us the ousted president of Maldives, Mohammed Nasheed. First question to you, and let me be, there are certain people and a lot of people who are saying, obviously your successors are saying, that what you are talking about in terms of the incident on the day of the coup, not everything is right. That's not how it happened. That's what your critics say. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think the facts are very clear. All what I'm saying is very properly recorded. You will be able to see them even in pictures. I went to the military headquarters because there were about 150 rebelling policemen outside the police station, and I wanted the military to arrest them. But the military also refused to do that because they were in league with the police, I later found out.
You later found out that the military were also hand in gloves with the police.
That's right, and they were not willing to take the rebellious police, and finally they gave me an ultimatum that if I did not resign within 1 hour, they will resort to violence. And then I decided that the best way to get myself out from the MNDF headquarters would be to ask them that I would like to resign and do the writing of the letter in the president's office.
So you're practically saying that you felt threatened that they will kill you?
Well, this is what they were saying, because the situation was that on the outside you had the rebellious police, about 200 of them, and everyone inside was also in league with the police.
And who were inciting them, according to you?
Well, when I was finally taken out, and during the last few hours, there were 3 people who were there, the present defense minister, the present chief of police, and another former police officer, Fayaz. These gentlemen were there, but they were not from the military, neither were they from the police, and there's no reason why they should have been there. And you would understand that during the past 20 days, the opposition, some of them, have been calling to topple the government, and they have been giving ultimatums, and they have been...
So are you practically saying it's a 20-day planned coup, or are you saying this planning happened much earlier?
The planning happened much earlier, but that the execution of it and the precise final execution of it was on the 7th of February.
Now, diplomats from different countries are in town, and they are talking to you as well as talking to the other side. They are talking to Dr. Wahid as well. These are the turn of events that you are telling them. How are they responding? If I can go by India, then UK, then US, if you can tell us how have they responded so
now, I ask myself this question: why did I then resign? The people are with us. You could see the pictures on the streets. You could see the numbers that are coming out. You could see that there is no one really against us. So why should I resign at all? So I think for the international community as well, it is fairly obvious that there is foul play, and both Britain, Germany, and a number of European countries, and also the United States and India are saying that they need to investigate the issue.
Well, India did not say that need to investigate the issue. India has been your closest partner. Are you disappointed with the Indian reaction in some ways? Because that's the feeling that's coming out from several quarters of your own party, the MDP.
Well, a fair amount, very true. Our party leaders and as well as the grassroots are wondering why there was no understanding between Indian authorities and us. It is an issue of concern.
And you're disappointed with the Indian reaction?
We would always hope that there will be a much more proper Indian engagement with the issues in the Maldives.
And you had a meeting with Robert Blake today from the US. How did it go?
They also want to find out exactly what happened and how we may be able to go forward. We are pointing out that it will be very difficult to work with Wahid. because he does not have even one single parliamentary seat, neither does he have one single council seat, local council seat. So in terms of political reach, in terms of connection, representativeness of them, of the people, it's very limited, and therefore there is actually no need to do it. Dr. Wahid cannot even come up with one cabinet minister without parliamentary approval.
Right.
To that you need MPs and you need a political party. You need to have organized political activity.
But according to you, what's the way forward?
We feel that Wahid should resign. The Speaker of the House should take over and have fresh elections in 2 months.
Who is convinced with that whole theory? Any of the states till now? I believe the European Union ambassadors are coming tomorrow,
well,
all of them.
I think the Europeans understand this position very clearly, and I think the Commonwealth, vast majority of the Commonwealth countries understand this position very clearly. India and United States perhaps are finding it difficult to take a position simply perhaps because of the nature of their diplomacy.
Nature of the diplomacy. Dr. Wahid, who replaced you, says that it's time for a national unity government. Is there at any stage in the next few days where we can see MDP changing its stance and saying, okay, we might go in and join that, or there is no possibility?
There is no possibility at all. You have to be realistic. Joining with Dr. Wahid is not going to stabilize this country. That is not how we may be able to bring stability. To do that, Wahid has to resign, the Speaker of the House has to take over, and we can then have a government of national unity. Dr. Wahid succeeds me, so therefore he cannot legally have a national government of national unity. He cannot. He can only take over our policies and our principles and the programs that we were running. He cannot form a new government.
Has there been any kind of communication between you, your party, and the new people in power, Dr. Wahid included?
No.
There has been no communication.
There's been no communication.
So there is no effort from either sides to have any communication with each other.
We don't think that it is necessary at all, that it is going to bring us any stability at all.
And my last question to you, there seems to the violence, the brutality that we saw in the capital Male, that seems to have come down a bit. But at the same time, there are reports coming out from the southernmost island of this nation, Addu. It seems that there is a different picture altogether which is happening in Addu.
Well, this is what we are also hearing, that there are many reports of very brutal attacks by the police on the people. And we are going to Addu tomorrow. We hope to be with the people of Addu tomorrow and hopefully try and see how we may be able to calm the situation in Addu as well.
Thank you, Mohammad Nasheed, for speaking to CNN IBN.